Hi, I'm Josh Wallace.
And I'm Jeanne Aufmuth.
Tonight on The Real Review.
Tom Cruise attempts to rescue humankind from total destruction in Mission Impossible 2.
A befuddled adult and a lonely child carve out an uneasy friendship in Kikujiru.
Jackie Chan kicks and chops his way through the wild, wild west in Shanghai Noon.
A small-town girl takes on the porn industry in The Girl Next Door.
And for cuts and keepers, a cure for summer blockbuster fever.
Tonight on The Real Review.
See, this is their fantasy.
Well, summer wouldn't be summer without Tom Cruise. We've got blockbusters and independence, so here we go.
First it was a TV series, then Brian De Palma made it a movie. Now Hong Kong action icon John Woo is taking a hold of the sequel. I'm talking, of course, about Mission Impossible 2, starring Ethan Hunt, a.k.a. Tom Cruise. Will he get the girl, the bad guy, the evil virus, or is it Mission Impossible 2? Dun, 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 dun.
Good morning, Mr. Hunt. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves recovery of a stolen item designated Chimera. You may select any two team members, but it is essential that the third team member be Naya Nordorf Hall. She is a civilian and a highly capable professional thief. You have 48 hours to recruit Miss Nordorf Hall and meet me in Seville to receive your assignment. As always, should you or any member of your IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow all knowledge of your actions. And Mr. Hunt, the next time you go on holiday, please be good enough to let us know where you're going.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
If I let you know where I'm going, I won't be on holiday.
Tom Cruise does John Woo. You know, you gotta love the idea. The idea.
Oh no, you didn't like this?
Yes, I did
Tell
like
me, I want to know. I had a great time at this movie.
Okay, I did like it. I thought the first 15 minutes and the last half hour were killer because it was all Tom Cruise does John Woo. What was a little difficult, I didn't dislike this, was the center section, the romance. It went on, that notorious thing where he's sleeping with her, but she's supposed to do
I thought that added humanity to the characters. It wasn't just the cut-out, dishy babe, grab it, take it off the shelf. There's actually was, so, you know, when do you see the villain have a love interest problem with the hero? I thought that was really cool and tied it together.
It did tie it together. What I would have liked, just what it would have made this perfect for me, was just a little more John Woo in between. There were long stretches of the romance and the fact that Ethan is sleeping with the girl, as is the bad guy sleeping with the girl, because they, you know, they want to get to him.
See, okay, stepping back from this thing, which I love to do with these movies, to see how really good they were, in this case, good, did I feel that the John Woo strung over the romance? I think it did. I think it was very good for John Woo to take on the romance. I thought John Woo's, you know, slow-mo fighting sequences, the best motorcycle chase scene
ever
in the history of film.
And don't show that on the trailer. They're showing it on the trailer.
You gotta blind yourself to those trailers because it's just dynamite.
Okay, now, this is, so we've got the romance and we've got John Woo, but what John Woo did here, so I'm going to be devil's advocate, because I really did like this, but you know I am the biggest John Woo fan on the planet. He tried to add too many of his trademark moments in. He put the doves in. Don't put the doves in where doves aren't, okay? There are not doves in Australia in this bunker, and now there are.
Who can pull it off but Tom Cruise, slow-mo, walking by a door with flames coming up.
Oh.
Let's have the... Okay, you know what he didn't do? He didn't take that stereotypical thing, which I really dislike about John Woo films, which is the gun against gun.
This too. Yeah,
the
yeah,
gun
yeah.
against gun business. I don't like that.
No, but they did this.
Yeah, oh, but there's just so much brilliant choreography in here.
Oh,
I let the... Okay, I'll take the doves, the fire, the choral
and
music.
the switching the faces happened a little once too
Oh,
often.
okay, okay, I'll do that. But let's do the switching faces when they're finding out secrets about each other. I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
I mean, and the morphing technology. I mean,
amazing.
I didn't know whether I liked the old TV series faces where it's obviously just a rubber mask, but I mean, this was morphing. Oh, you know, a tribute to Face Off.
Yeah, but how do you get
films.
it on your face in 10 seconds when you're fighting the other guy? I guess it doesn't
matter. You're in an
matter.
action adventure movie and you're along for the ride.
But we're not talking about the best part is Tom Cruise. Oh my God, it's Tom Cruise just sort of almost poking fun at himself and saying, I'm going to do this action adventure and I'm going to be the smarmy movie star, and he is gorgeous.
Okay, you're playing the Tom Cruise card, which is great. Keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back with John Woo. I'm also going to come back with Robert Towne for dialogue. This guy wrote Chinatown. This guy is the bad boy in Hollywood script writing, and he tied it together. I thought there was just so much, stuff that, where it could have been cheesy throwaway, predictable lines. He actually kept it taut.
All right, and Thandie Newton, that whole thing at the beginning, the good chemistry. So, ticket stubs?
I'm absolutely going to give this one the big 4 because I had such a great time with this movie.
Okay, it's 3 for me, but an enthusiastic 3. It's a tried and true movie formula. An adorable waif melts the reserve of a hard-hearted adult and permanently alters his life. Well, bad boy actor-director Takeshi Kitano jumps genres to befriend a lonely boy on his summer vacation in Kikujiro.
あのな、車がパンクしたら2人で手伝うんだぞ。2人乗せてくれるから。ちょっと置いてくれ。位置悪いな。もうちょっと20センチぐらいこっち持ってきてもらう。
I had to work really hard for this film because I really did not like the adult. I did not like the protagonist. I thought he was kind of a depressing, grunge, irresponsible guy taking care of this adorable young child. So I had a lot of trouble with this film.
Okay, I'll take it a step further. Not only did I not like the adult, who I thought was an obnoxious doofus and rude to boot, but I thought the kid was anything but adorable. It's that Kolya thing, okay? The hard-hearted adult, the adorable child, okay, but the kid has to be cute, and this kid was not appealing. You know,
well,
he wasn't.
He didn't really do anything. He stood there. I mean,
like
okay,
a lump.
This is a vehicle. It's an auteur vehicle for Takeshi Kitano, whose stage name is Beat Takahashi here, and it was just all about this adult. But he didn't give me anything to like. He was an obnoxious guy. I thought there would be like a real turnaround, as you suggested in your intro, but there wasn't.
There wasn't. There was supposed to be. We think there's supposed to be, but you don't see it. Mm-hmm. And if you hate him and if you hate the kid, it's really hard, even if they get together, to like them as a couple.
See, I couldn't even pass a judgment on the kid, because he just stood there and did nothing. Like, okay, you take other kid movies.
But
I
you're
like
supposed
Kolya.
to think he's cute.
Right, but he's just sitting there. He's not even a catalyst, really. He's just sort of a sounding board. I mean, take like Jackie Coogan and the Kid, Charlie Chaplin. Or, I liked Collier.
Oh, so did I.
There are a lot of them.
Okay, now, there were some fun things. There were some fun aspects. Funny, kind of slapsticky, almost funny. The bikers, they go on this road trip. They're trying to find his mother, and they run into a couple of bikers, and that was kind of funny. And the guy they're camping with, and they're trying to entertain the kid. But once again, I was mad at the kid. I mean, the entertainment was funny, and they're taking melons and making, you know, helmets, and the kid just, he just like never smiles, you know, just come on, kid.
Yeah, I mean, for me, but I had a problem with it, even with the bikers. I thought it was sort of simplistic. I wanted to tell these people to get a life. They're a bunch of bums living on the beach and stuff. So
okay.
I thought it was okay. What I did like was there were little bits of surrealism, which I thought played pretty well.
Yeah, and
so it's a well-crafted film.
It is well-crafted. I really like the music. I thought the music was incredibly effective and uplifting, and it just came out of nowhere. They do it in the opening credits with the little boy running on the beach with his angel wings. That's sort of a theme throughout. And just throughout the movie, and at the end again, and that just, every time the music would come on, oh, I'd start to like it.
Well, but it's a very nice melodic piano piece, slightly altered in different parts of the film. So that's very conscious.
And Takeshi Kitano, I'm sorry, he's a much better gangster. This guy has been in some, you know, bad boy gangster movies, and it works. He's got a pockmarked face, and he's scary. He's not funny.
Well, see, he does
funny.
do good comedy stuff, but here they set up little bits of comedy, like you saw in the clip, you know, where they're being the rascals and knock the car off the road and stuff like that. Yeah, but he's so annoying and downright mean and cold-hearted to everybody else that they run into that the comedy's not funny.
Yeah, okay, well, I can see that we're just repeating ourselves. But I'm giving it 2 ticket stubs. There were some things I liked, the music, etc.
I had 2 as well.
All right. We'll be back with 2 more movies, and they are Shanghai Noon and The Girl Next Door. Stay with us.
Take a break from the daily grind every Thursday with the City of Palo Alto's Brown Bag Concert Series. Noon to 1 at Cogswell Plaza, corner of Lytton and Ramona Streets. June 1st, it's the Waybacks. June 8th, Blue Reptiles. June 15th, the Michael O'Neill Quintet. June 22nd, Dolce Mambo. June 29th, Vocamotion. Can't make it for lunch? Try our Twilight Concert Series. June 13th with Kenny Menard's Zydeco Band. June 20th, Tempest. June 27th, The New Morty Show. For info, call 329-2527. Sponsored by Cable Co-op.
Jackie Chan, our favorite cuddly martial artist, teams up with Owen Wilson as the unlikely duo simultaneously robbing and taming the Wild West. Chan is out to save the princess, Wilson to get the gold. Let the antics and bad puns begin in Shanghai Noon.
It's going to be your best friend or your worst enemy. That's a spin in my left hand. That's a spin in my right hand. That's 2 spins. Now here, I'm going to let you hang on to this. See? Whoa. Be careful. Always be ready. Always be ready. Now try to exhale for long range shots. Inhale for short range. All right, now cover up your ears because this could be loud. Cover up your ears. I am like a wild horse. You can't tame me. You put the oats in the pen, though, and I'll come in for a nibble every day. But if you ever shut that gate, I'll jump the fence and you'll never see me again. And there's nothing against him, because I really like him. He comes from a very male-dominated society.
Because I wanna be a cowboy, baby, with a top left back and the sunshine shining. Cowboy, baby, let's go chillin' with the moon. I wanna be a cowboy, baby.
Jackie Chan movies are like a fixed price meal. You go to the restaurant, you know what you're going to get, but it's still very enjoyable. That's how I feel about Jackie Chan movies. They're sort of formulaic, but he's so charming. I have to love him.
He's charming, but I really feel that this movie totally missed the essence of Jackie Chan.
Oh.
I mean, he's cuddly and soft, but I guess it's just who he's paired up with. I mean, I just had a real problem with Owen Wilson. I really did not like Owen Wilson. I thought the dialogue was miserable here. You were telling me off screen about how multi-talented Owen Wilson is. I know that he wrote Rushmore.
Yeah, and Bottle Rocket. Yeah.
Well, why didn't he put some of that dialogue talent in here? This was so
Well, he didn't
slow.
write this.
Well, okay, why didn't you buy onto this project? Because I mean, I was dying in the theater with this one. I just had a miserable time.
Oh, not me. Okay, now again, like I say, it's a Jackie Chan movie, so I already let go a lot of expectations. But I liked their chemistry a lot because you take sort of the granola cowboy, that's Owen Wilson, Mr. Spiritual, he wants everyone to be happy, and a cowboy who isn't a cowboy at all, Jackie Chan, and it was sort of the misfits.
Well, what happened? I mean, right off the bat, of course, Owen Wilson looks like the Sundance Kid, Robert Redford, but he's so just sort of dudish and cute. I could not get behind. Just like it was nails on a chalkboard
really?
for me.
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Hello, homage to every movie.
Rip off.
Homage.
Okay, rip off for me.
Butch Cassidy, High Noon, obviously. Vertigo. It's everywhere. I don't know what this guy was. I think he's made commercials up to now. This director.
Yeah, and he should stick with short form. Like in the clip, for example, that was the best part of the movie because you had a good song driving it. You know, that's Kid Rock's Cowboy. I mean, it looks like a trailer. It's a little montage. It gets the essence, but it's cheating to show that clip because the rest of the film is so lame, so predictable.
Oh no,
Okay.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
I really didn't think so. It's not cheating.
for me, I sat in the theater with my notes, okay, and I started to say, lame dialogue. Then I just thought, and then I just did quotes, plot, costuming.
Okay,
just went on and on.
See, to me, a takeaway, there are some really dumb elements. Like, okay, the Chinese labor camps at the railroad, that was sort of a serious note. They let that one drop. The kidnapping of Princess Pepe, they let that drop. It was all about Owen and Jackie Chan. But we're not even talking about Jackie Chan. The guy is 46 years old. He's got these lightning fast moves. He's incredible. What he does with a rope and a horseshoe, come on.
Yeah, coming off of the John Woo choreography.
Wow.
I think we're talking
the same weekend, too.
Right, apples and oranges.
Yeah.
I know, but you got to make a choice of what movie you're going to go to. So, I definitely have to go with MI2. In a second, I really felt set up for a lot of the very cheesy dialogue, a lot of the adolescent stuff, like, farting in the bathtub. It's like, give me a break. Getting drunk,
Well, that was only in the outtakes. I felt like that was what it was supposed to be. Dumb adolescent fun, like slapsticky dumb fun. So I enjoyed it because that's what I expected.
I got dumb adolescent, I lost the fun part.
All right,
so I'm giving it 1 ticket stub.
And I'm giving it 3. Woo! Sometimes a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Stacey Valentine is a female athlete of the carnal persuasion, and she's taking her talent and ambition straight to the top of the pornography industry. Stacey Valentine, porn star or the girl next door?
In this business, the women are the money makers, not the men. And men don't really like that. There are very few people that I would advise to get into the business. I would only advise someone to get in the business if they love sex. That's the only reason why I think you should get into the business. I don't think you should get into the business for the money. I think that shows on screen. There's a lot of people that just don't really like sex, but they just go through the motions for the money the whole time they're laying there with the dollar signs in their eyes. I think that's wrong. That's because people want to see something real. They want to see someone really dirty and nasty. This is their fantasy. They don't want some dead fuck just laying there.
Stacey says you gotta love sex, and she loves sex, but she doesn't really love all of the trappings that are involved in the porn industry, the romance, the what goes on behind the scenes, the industry. But we love the fact, at least I love the fact, that I really got to see all of this stuff, and it felt like it was a privileged window into the back.
Yeah, I felt this movie was very sad. I've seen it 3 times now because I had the video and I kept watching it. Very, very sad. Behind the scenes of the porn industry, she's great at what she does, but she can't make her life work.
She pays the price.
Yeah, she's dating this guy. He's a fellow porn actor, and they're doing a movie together, and she's doing it with other guys, a bunch of other guys in the movie, and he's bummed out. He's angry. So it's just like taking a relationship thing to a different level. But, it's hard for them to make a stable relationship
What is
happen.
it they say, that you're not supposed to, have a romance with those people you work with?
Yeah, well, this one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those documentaries where you say, wow, how did they get so personal with these people? Which makes it a great documentary.
It really is. And, there are some also, we've talked about this, scenes like Stacy wants a breast reduction. Really frightening look into how these people have to continually make themselves as perfect as they can possibly be for the cameras.
Can you imagine? I mean, we go into the operating room, and there's just a graphic exposure to a operation where they replace, where she's got to downsize her breast,
and
they show
E to a double
pulling
D.
out the the silicone implant.
Really disgusting.
Oh my God!
I could not.
The whole theater just went blah, all at once.
And kudos to her for letting Christine Fugate go behind the scenes with her, because this just blasted her whole life open for everyone to see. Behind the scenes, in front of the cameras, everywhere. From her marriage, from being the girl next door to being at the top of her game.
Right, and to be able to show the porn industry and really give it the anti-erotic sense that this film gives it. There's nothing. I mean, there's some funny parts where they're doing a scene outside and there are ants all over the rock and stuff. I mean, so you see the tedium, you see the the directors.
Slime balls.
Absolutely.
Oh God, the worst slime balls. But you see her getting sick because they're doing a period piece and the smoke is flowing and she's hacking and coughing and she's freezing because she's naked. I mean, there just really can't be anything glamorous about this. But she wants to do it, and she wants to go to Cannes and win the award. And it's what she does.
But she also wants to get out of it. And at the end, she says, "This is going to be my last picture, my last picture." I get the sense that she can't get out of it. And then when I was researching for this show, she's done 2 or 3 more. In the filmography list.
Yeah,
so she can't get out of it. She's going to keep injecting her lips. She's going to keep doing the struggle. She's going to try and find romance. And there's this whole thing where they go to the porn awards in Cannes, and then there's one in Vegas. So you see this sort of glamour, but it's not. It's so transparent.
And then she loses and goes back to the hotel room, and she's completely depressed. And what's her life all about? She ran into the old boyfriend. Anyway, okay. I thought, we're just making this sound horribly depressing. It was very sad, but I thought it was wonderfully done.
It was a very good film. I mean, the only downside is that I kind of, at the end of the film, said, I kind of knew that about the porn industry. I didn't feel like I was really learning that much more.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, 3.5 ticket stubs for me. I thought it was a really solid piece of work.
And 3 for me.
All right.
Stick with us. We're going to talk about blockbusters because it's summertime on Cuts and Keepers.
Take a break from the daily grind every Thursday with the City of Palo Alto's Brown Bag Concert Series. Noon to 1 at Cogswell Plaza, corner of Lytton and Ramona Streets. June 1st, it's the Waybacks. June 8th, Blue Reptiles. June 15th, the Michael O'Neill Quintet. June 22nd, Dolce Mambo. June 29th, Voca Motion. Can't make it for lunch? Try our Twilight Concert Series June 13th with Kenny Menard's Zydeco Band. June 20th, Tempest. June 27th, The New Morty Show. For info, call 329-2527. Sponsored by Cable Co-op.
It was the summer of 1975, and something happened that changed the landscape of films forever. It is, of course, the birth of the blockbuster, and I'm referring to the movie Jaws. It changed the nature of marketing. It gave the movie industry the whole notion of setting up a summer film that is the quintessential beat-all blockbuster record-breaking film. Now, blockbuster, by definition, at least in 1975, was the first movie to break 100,000 at the box office.
That's right, and there wasn't an expectation that your movie was going to be the blockbuster. You just made a good movie. This would be Steven Spielberg. And then it became a blockbuster, and that's what's changed. Now we are making blockbusters and expecting them to break the barriers, or hoping.
So the question is, how high can we raise the bar?
Well, we can't answer that. But what we can do is recommend some great summer movies that weren't, you know, have been a lot of dogs, things that had high expectations, but there's been some really wonderful movies that have made a ton of money. First being
Jaws itself.
Jaws itself.
It is a great suspense. You know, everybody's seen it, but it's really worth a re-rent, especially before you go to the beach. And the best thing about Jaws is that Hitchcock suspense thing, where the less is more. You don't show the monster.
Absolutely, until the very, very, very end.
Yeah, it's in your mind.
And Robert Shaw gets chomped to death. Okay, another one that I absolutely love, and it did make a ton of money, but it's definitely high-end entertainment, is Apollo 13. Because it's about something. It's about space and the people, and not about so many special effects and how many special effects can you cram into 2 hours. Just a wonderful, wonderful look at the space program. I will forever love this movie.
It had the audacity to have good acting with Tom Hanks in it, too.
And sophistication. What?
Well, another major theme in the blockbusters is indeed special effects, glop, piled high, you know, the most possible, again, raising the bar notion of special effects you can possibly have. And what started that off was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You actually saw a spaceship land, and it looked real, and it was wild, but it also had a touchy-feely element to it. You know, it's a real weepy, great film, along with its brethren, E.T. So those are both great films.
My all-time favorite movie. I consistently say it. I've never changed my mind. When people ask what's my favorite movie of all time, it's E.T. And that one really knocked it out of the park as far as money, dollars, and crowds, and it really was amazing. Okay. Back to the summer. What do we not get in summer? We don't get anything dark and edgy. Not anymore anyway, but we used to. In 1989, Tim Burton opened his Batman during the summer. The Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton Batman. This thing was twisted and dark.
That was very unexpected, though, because people thought, okay, comic book, summer, superhero, but you plug in Tim Burton, you know, you've got Nightmare Before Christmas, you've got Beetlejuice, so he put a whole new twist on it.
It's not the X-Men, it's Jack Nicholson in paint, doing his very best to be a very creepy superhero.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But Godzilla, let's take a look at a failed blockbuster. Now, blockbuster is all about hype, too. You know, you start seeing the trailers in November, December, and they build it up. This is the biggest monster ever, the bazillion-dollar advertising campaign, and it died.
It died
because it was lacking what three things?
Story, story, and story.
Bingo.
Okay.
So don't trust all the blockbuster hype.
No.
Don't believe the hype, as Public Enemy would say.
Just rent the good ones.
Absolutely.
Stay out of the theaters. All right, it's time to
wrap it up. Non-stop John Woo, action-adventure, choreographed, slow-mo, martial arts, and great acting. That's me on Mission Impossible, and Jeanne loved it too. It's my hot ticket. Jeanne gives it 3.
Kikujiro, it's a misguided attempt at a father-son relationship. It's 2 ticket stubs from me and 2 from Josh.
Shanghai Noon. Well, you start with a title. It's a miserable pun. I did not like this film one bit. I was cringing in my seat, so I gave it 1, but Jeanne liked it. She gave it 3.
The Girl Next Door. It's entertaining, it's poignant, and it's just plain sad. It's my hot ticket, and Josh gives it 3 ticket stubs. That wraps it up for another edition of The Real Review.
Join us next time. We'll be watching Gone in 60 Seconds.
Starring Angelina Jolie in dreadlocks.
And Nicolas Cage, too.
I'm Jeanne Aufmuth.
I'm Josh Wallace.
See you next time.